All right. Hello, everybody. And welcome to the first of our redemption races as part of the GT Classic tournament. For this one, we've got decalled versus kevnastics, and I'm Glove, and I'm super excited to be watching this race. I think these redemption races are really neat, and just a really cool way of demonstrating that, no matter who you are, you can sort of extend your tournament life and still get to play some really awesome GT Classic, which at the end of the day is the whole point of these games. We should be getting underway in just a moment. Just waiting for our runners to ready up. All right. Yep, just waiting for a stream delay to catch up. So this is I believe the 17th to 23 or somewhere around there range. And these redemption races don't count for all that much, truthfully. But it does mean, maybe you finish in 17th place instead of 23 or whatever it may be. And again, they're just a lot of fun. Tournament settings and racing are honestly my favorite part about this game. And I think that's true for a lot of people. There's just something you get in a race setting that you're not really able to capture just doing PB attempts. But yeah, run starting with Ceres as we always do. As we all know, Ceres time determines who the winner of the race will be. Yeah, magnet stairs were not being kind to anyone. And some pretty bad luck on tile boost room too. D still gets a mid 45 out of this, which is really nice. Kevnastics, unfortunately, manages to get a 40, which honestly, I would feel like I got away with murder in that situation, because I feel like if you mess up elevator room, then you're getting a 39 or lower often. Like every series is either 44 or above or 39 or lower. It's really hard to get like a 42 most of the time. But yeah, so for a bit of context, both of these runners are already out of sort of the tournament proper. Kevnastics took losses to MM2 NES cartridge, and then to Iron Rusty to end up here. And decalled took losses to Nintoaster and Fats got 25. Or, oh, sorry. Brief correction that Kevnastics wants to be sure I get. Kevnastics did beat Iron Rusty. He then lost to Frobber in losers round 2. But yeah, 342 elevator for decalled. Not bad at all. Kevnastics should be just a little bit behind due to not using Moonfall, as well as a couple minor movement issues. Really nice pit list for decalled, and that was a 404 entry to climb. It's pretty decent. Decalled is one of the people who opts for the ledge grab climb, and he is just incredible at it. I really like the ledge grab climb too, because everybody does it just like slightly differently, I feel like. Kevnastics goes for a sort of more standard wall jump climb. The two strategies are pretty comparable on time. It just sort of comes down to which skills you feel more cater better to your strengths in Super Metroid. And a 447 bombs for D. In a race setting, that is nice. Kev should have, was this probably like a 503, 505? .504, split the difference. Oh, BT. So through no fault of his own, D has a really rough BT fight. Hopefully Kevnastics can have some better drops here, and he does, wow. I think Kevnastics might have fired one missile a bit prematurely there, still cleans it up pretty nicely. And one of the and yeah, this is a category where we do use missiles on those space pirates. It's generally, I think, pretty cleanly split based on whether you will be going up or down Red Tower first, whether you're gonna missile these pirates. Just all comes down to when you're gonna be getting your next D-tank. And GT Classic is a really interesting category for resource management. Most noteworthy in the early game, where you are picking up so few items to begin with that any extra missile drops you get, and even to a certain extent health, can be used as a resource to give you a couple seconds here and there in each room. You know, maybe you missile a CAC instead of firing 3 P shots or something like that. Just a small health from that Rio, though. Really not what you want to see. And D going with the D special for Big Pink. I don't know of anybody else who does that Moonfall. I think it's really cool. I'm not sure if D was going for the bug boost there or if he just wanted the farm. I've seen a lot of people just go for farming that bug, and I think it's a really neat strategy. And obviously it pays off. D does now have 4 missiles at his disposal. Unfortunately has some red tower issues. So no matter how skilled as a runner you are, sometimes you mess up that red tower. Kevnastics is going to be getting his shot here. And Kevnastics just opts for a more consistent red tower, doesn't go for the hero shot at all. That was a really nice I missed the exact time. That was like a mid 830s power bomb there from decalled. D is has largely been throughout his career and any percent new route runner, and I think with his early game in in this category, it really shows. Unfortunately, misses that moonfall. That moonfall doesn't save that much time. Uh, Otherwise, a really nice red tower though. Yeah, and kevnastics is just going for a couple extra farms here. I imagine he wants missiles. Unfortunately, none of the enemies here like giving you missiles. Those Zebs least of all. Or Zebos, not Zebs. Oh, really nice Kago there from decalled. And the Kago unmorph into one of Kraid's needles. That's really cool. I really like that strategy. All right. Takes Kraid down pretty handily, and a 1048 Varia. Meanwhile, Kevnastics is not that far behind at all. I know most people, probably Kevnastics, most of all, would say that decalled is heavily favored in this, but Kevnastics has done a really nice job of keeping up, honestly. Oh. This is really bad. So I feel partially responsible for this. Right after saying Kevnastics is keeping up really nicely. Oh no. Yeah, this is a really rough situation to be in. GT Classic is easily the worst category in the game to miss Kraid quick kill. As you can see here, I mean, you don't have charge, you have no way of recovering aside from trying to get these missile drops here. Just really unfortunate. Kev does take Kraid down, but not without some really unfortunate time loss. So to answer a question in chat, what is GT Classic? So this category uses a sort of a developer debug code / cheat code that's left in the game, where if you are holding in all 4 face buttons as you enter Golden Terizo's room, then the game basically gives you every major item except for Screw, as well as a ton of each type of ammo. So our runners are basically getting the absolute minimum amount of stuff they need to be able to get to Gold Terizo, activating that cheat code, and then beating the game with all of the items that they receive. But yeah, and as we did see, decalled is doing a boot lava dive. Didn't take a save here. He will, however, be farming. Decent farm. And decalled does a bit of a different strategy from a lot of people for entering this room. A lot of people will sort of line themselves up across the other ledge. Decalled, however, really likes that left side lava dive. That is a pretty uncommon strat to see. Really cool, though. And unlike for the more well-known high jumpless lava dive that operates in a similar function, you don't actually need to, as decalled, you don't actually need to KO that fireball because you have high jump boots and you can get up a lot faster. You can get hit with a little bit of knockback from that fireball and still be fine. And first try green gate glitch, nicely done. And at this point, decalled is past really any major reset point. Obviously, there are still things that can happen, but it would be very unlikely for decalled to outright die from this point on in the race. While Kevnastics is about to enter his lava dive attempt. Wait, did he ever reset? I was focusing on D's GT fight. Oh, okay. No, I didn't. Yeah, Kevnastics unfortunately missed crate quick kill, which in this category just makes you bleed time. Oh, clean worst room in the game there from decalled. In this category, it's not nearly as scary. However, it is still a room to show off your really crisp ledge grabs and wall jumps. I know there's also a worst room strategy that I believe Cesrain discovered, where you can actually go slightly faster if you do use a charge shot and freeze the pirate. So you can screw attack straight through those blocks, but it is very stupid. And nobody actually goes for it. Alright. And Kevnastics also gets Green Gate Glitch attempt number 1. Very nicely done. I know he said he was having, I think his past 2 runs were hurt by Green Gate Glitch. However, no such misfortune here. And a textbook. Oh, nice. Textbook set of rooms here from decalled. Lower Norfair is really such a cool segment to show off your movement skills. Because at this point in the game, in Lower Norfair, you are effectively operating with hundo movement. And we'll see if D wants to use any supers. Doesn't seem like it. Fair enough, especially with this lead. Might as well just make your terrain as smooth as possible. Really nice fight. I don't think he missed a single charge shot. Yeah, and I really like the hero shot from Kevnastics in Pillar's room. That's probably one of my favorite part about these sort of category-specific vanilla tournaments, is you see these strats that maybe aren't even necessarily difficult. It's just stuff that people don't generally know about as much. And then by the end of the tournament, everybody is doing it, and it's just become standard. You see the same thing, albeit a lot more difficult, with the really quick Botwoon room entry later on. These ledge grabs from decalled are super crisp. And that's really the big thing, I think, that separates the good from the great in this game a lot of the time, is just those basic movement things. You know, these days, if you want to be considered a great runner, you need to have great ledge grabs. Alright, a really cool microwave strat there from Kevnastics. Maybe taking some inspiration from MM2 NES cartridge on that one. Follows it up with a powerhouse. Ridley isn't playing very nice for Kev, unfortunately. And Ridley is one of those fights where no matter how good you are, there's always more time to save. And he's really not playing nice now, jeez. Kev gets through, though. And you know, not for nothing, Kev did lose a fair bit of energy in that fight. So that's not going to really put him in any danger of dying, but it does affect which strats he wants to use later on. You know, at this point in the race, health is a resource, and you do have to be a little bit careful with it. It might seem like, oh, with the GT code, I have all of the resources I could ever need. But that's not necessarily true with just how risky you go in this category, how far you push yourself, and how much you don't really collect any drops aside from Bot's Wound. And at this point, it's personal. Kevnastics wants that speedball. Answer question in the chat. This race is not part of the tournament. These are redemption races, so these are from people who have already been knocked out of losers bracket. These don't count for much outside of pride and determining sort of in a normal setting, you would have 6 people finishing at 17th or whatever. By going through these races, you can be 17th instead of 19th or 21st or whatever. Nice full halfie. And if there's one thing you can count on D to do, it's take every possible opportunity to go for moonfalls. Really a runner after my own heart. Alright, real quick drag on there. I think a lot of people actually really underestimate how much time you can gain or lose with correct and clean microwaving. There is a timing to it that you need to figure out. You can't just mash the button, and a womple jump. One of the coolest strats in the game. So, how are the runners using X-Ray without X-Ray? So our runners actually have Grapple Beam and X-Ray right now, they just don't show up on the HUD. It's one of the quirks of GT code. All right, and not quite a high five here, but something kind of like it. This is a really nice time from D, though. That was an interesting strategy there in Sephi Fish Room 2, where D, as opposed to going for another wall jump up, just morphs. Alright, Batoon goes down for Kevnastics. Yeah, I really appreciate how decalled as a runner is really good at coming up with the strats that work for him. That might be good for Kevnastics. Oh. Yeah, the ledge grab was a little bit strange. That's alright though, you don't actually lose that much time by missing full halfie in this category, already having space jump. Alright, and we're on to decalled Fantoon. And D gets the fest. Wow. Unfortunately, he isn't able to take care of it on screen. A lot of people aren't ready for the fest, honestly. But yeah, the game just wants to give everything to D right now. I'm kind of curious how D is running compared to his PB. Because this is a really nice run he's doing. About a minute behind, okay, but yeah. So being about a minute, and the spring jump across the moat, love it. Being about a minute behind despite taking a save and getting high jump boots, that's really nice. And this has just been an impeccable Fantoon to G4 segment. Like, I think there in Terminator was the first even minor mistake that D made. D is running like a man possessed right now. What was that, 2758 G4 entry? Nice. Yeah, you'd be happy to be only plus a minute at G4, even if you weren't running a completely different route. Alright, let us open up Fantoon for Kevnastics now. Give you a little more time this time. I want to say getting high jump by the time all is said and done is about a 20-second difference. Somebody who's more knowledgeable about GT Classic could correct me on that, though. Alright, let's see these Metroid rooms. Little bit of a struggle in Metroid Room 1. Still nice, though. And a perfect M2. No fast. Oh, and the game doesn't want to do Kevnastics any favors today. He is able to take care of Fantune on screen, though. Baby skip opportunity coming up for decalled. Textbook. Like, for the standard strap baby skip, you cannot ask for better. Nice. Oh, and it looks like Kev is going to get the spring ball across mode as well. Very nice. Oh. D just loses pauseless right there. Yeah, and this is a really nice Fantune to G4 segment from Kevnastics. Probably one of the more underrated segments of GT Classic, especially since it is so short. But every single room looks really neat. Alright, couple missed shots for this mother brain fight. Pretty nice though, yeah, and D unfortunately does have to pause. Took that one hit from the Rinka, and I think that's the only hit he took the whole time. I love the spring ball. You just get like a Samus head appearing in the air. Every time you think you've seen every graphical glitch related to stand-up, there are a million more. I don't know if Kevnastics was going for it, but he was almost in position to get the Rinka D boost there in M2. Oh. Kevnastics. Unfortunately, pauseless is not on the table for him anymore either. Those side hoppers are really difficult to deal with. Two-shot stand-up from decalled. Nice. It's almost as perfect as you can get. And Kevnastics turns off spring ball. I guess it's about sending a message. Was it? It was screw. Okay. It looked like spring bottom me for a second. I mean, he does have screw turned off, so presumably that is for Zeb skip. And he can CF. Means he can't use any, or, well, he can use one super. But meanwhile, Decalled has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 35 minutes and 7 seconds. GG. Yeah, really nice run from D. $35 with boots is pretty nutty in a race setting. It's 35 with boots and a save. So we'll see if we can get him in for an interview. Meanwhile, Kevnastics is on stand-up right now. Alright, it looks like we'll get D in for an interview in just a sec. Pretty nice stand-up so far from Kevnastics. I know Kevnastics is a big fan of Hundo as sort of his main category insofar as he has a main category. So he has plenty of practice with stand-up. Wow, that was an even better stand-up than decalled. Really nice. Alright. Kevnastics eschews the last moonfall in the game. Tragic, really. Alright, and we are joined now by the winner of today's race, decalled GG.
Go Glove, thanks for the GG.
That was just really clean start to finish.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a pretty good run. I did pretty all right.
Yeah, that was what I think someone said roughly like a little bit more than a minute off of your PB, which is high jumpless.
Yeah, yeah. My PB it's bootless, lava dive, and obviously there's no safeties either. So it was actually a nice run, better than I was expecting.
All right. And Kev did just finish in second place with an official SRL time of 39:22. So GG to him as well.
GG's, Kev.
And we are joined now by kevnastics. GG.
Thank you. GGD.
Yo, Kev. GG.
Unfortunately, I got hecked by Kraid, so I didn't want to lose by that much. But I kind of went into it knowing that you were most likely going to take this one pretty easy. But, I mean, other than Kraid, I feel pretty good. I actually got a couple strats that I don't normally go for in runs, and I got them like with a space jump over the ocean and the moat ball. So I got that one. Got Wample, so I'm pretty happy about that. I got the down back in construction zone, even though I completely effed up the entry to it. So a couple new things I've been practicing on. By the way, that down grab for my full halfie attempt, I had a faulty down input when I was trying to run through the door, so that slowed me up. So I think that's why I didn't have enough.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but no, it was good. I can't wait to watch it back and actually watch D's play. Sounds like you had a really good run. I just listened to Glove, and good comms is always Glove.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it was a really clean run from D, and I mean, kevnastics, like you mentioned, aside from unfortunately Kraid, it was a nice run from you as well.
Yeah, thanks. I've actually gotten a 39 in every tournament run I've done for this tournament.
Wow.
Which is good consistency, but
yeah,
my PB is a 37, and just something about GT Classic is just, no matter how good my run is, because when I go for PBs, I don't save. I just keep losing so many runs at the green gate, and then I just kind of demotivates me to play. And as you see, I can do the green gate glitch. I think I got it first try.
Yeah.
So, but, it's strangely enough, I just kind of wanted redemption because I died on the lava dive to Beef Robber, which is like lava dive. I never die there. So I refuse to save again, because what difference is it going to make? Either I lose by finishing a run or I just lose by dying. So I was just going to go. I actually was thinking about not saving at GGG, but I said, you know what? I mean, D's already through. I kind of want to finish this run so that spectators have a little more to watch than just D. So I saved just in case.
Well, that's yeah, I mean, always remember to save.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So, but thank you, D, for racing this. We're just kind of, I think we're a little early for our part of the bracket to do the redemption races. Fortunately, Zoe was cool with us going on with it. Decalled was hanging in my stream the other day, and I was like, you want to just race, just get one of these out of the way, because I have a really weird schedule and I'm having a hard time. Like, I'm in the multi-world tournament, I'm having a hard time trying to schedule for that. And so pretty much, so anybody in my bracket, if you want to race, just hit me up, and we'll race, trying to get these done, not only to have fun, but just because just a busy part of the year for me, so it's kind of hard putting this all together.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're able to bang out this race, and I really like the concept of these redemption races in general. Give people a chance to get some more races in, help pad out the schedule as it sort of naturally tapers off. So it was really cool to see you two sort of take up the initiative to get that started.
Yeah, thanks. I actually kind of wish they did this in more tournaments, because just to kind of keep things going while people schedule their matches. And I know scheduling is always something that we have trouble with, because we have people from all over the world that do this. And I think most people I work with are really good about accommodating for their schedule. But yeah, I think it's a really great idea. We had a lot of fun doing it last year in last year's GT Classic tourney. So I'm glad that they wanted that back as part of the format. And yeah, it's great. It brought me out of like GT Classic retirement for this tournament, because I had sworn off the category because of that stupid gate.
I didn't know that there'd be like the redemption group races or whatever it is for the places. So I was surprised, and it is really nice, to get a few more matches in the tournament, and I'm really happy that we've gotten this one out of the way, and there's a few more yet. So good luck to Kev again.
Yeah, I think and GG to you. I think it's really great because the way they do the point system, you still get 1 point even if you lose because it's in the spirit of breaking a tie. So I think that's pretty good. It seems like kind of arbitrary to just fight between like if you're going to fight between 17th and 23rd place, but it's just fun. We all do this because it's fun. We all race in these tournament matches because it's awesome. So
yeah, I mean when you get knocked out relatively early, you're on a bit of a downer because you're all hyped for the tournament and you think, well, that's it. I only got X amount of matches in. So having something like this is really nice. It extends the tournament for everybody. So I think it's really good. I'm looking forward to the matches to come.
Awesome.
Agreed. Well, I have to get going. I have company just arrived, so I'm going to jet out of here really quick. But thank you, D. Thanks, Gloves and Firebat for Restream and comms, and thanks for the viewers. And I will see y'all next mission.
Awesome. Well, GG and have a good one. And with that, that's going to do it from us here at GT Classic. Be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow Decalled. Go follow Kevnastics. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. We've had Insane Firebat, or IFB, doing the restream. I've been Glove on comms. And from all of us here at GT Classic, we'll see you next mission.